I've added a new piece of equipment to the boat, and it already looks beat up. I know you see this a lot on boats, right? This is such a good idea. Can't you just sense it? Well, that's a good start, literally. I can see how there could be some issues. Just maybe. There we go. Unsurpassed beauty here in Covered Portage. Covered Portage near Killarney, Ontario. It's not the fall that would hurt from here, but that sudden stop at the bottom, yeah, that would be abrupt. Welcome and welcome back to Stir Crazy Sailing and Adventures. Hey, we've done our epic cruise to the Bahamas. We enjoyed that trip, but the topography didn't really change very much. Lots of beaches and palm trees. We are now way up in the northern Great Lakes, and we want to see rocks and cliffs and boulders on the shoreline. Could sailing in this part of the world be better than the Bahamas? Yeah, maybe. Summertime in the Great Lakes could actually be better than the winter in the Bahamas. Stick with me and you'll see why. Nicest people in the world in Canada, helping me get out of the marina in Little Current. I'm so glad to have met all of them. Thank you all. Bon voyage, mes amis. Je parle français similaire l'homme de caverne. See you. We are in the final stages of enjoying some beautiful anchorages in the North Channel of Canada. We were up in Bay Fin last video. We made our way down to Little Current. Let me tell you the story about why we are there before we head off to Covered Portage. Thanks again for joining me. I'm getting ready to go into the Little Current Municipal Marina today. They've got a wall to tie off on just for the day, so I'll do that for today and finish my shopping. And the anchorage here has been terrific. I've had a bit of wind and a little bit of waves, but nothing really too significant, and not too much salad on my anchor chain, but some. While Little Current may not give the impression that it's cosmopolitan, it actually is quite the oasis in the middle of the wilderness in the North Channel. Getting news isn't easy, and getting help is even tougher. So, the Cruiser's Net is operated by iconic anchorman Roy Eaton. Every morning you can get the news and maybe get help on Channel 71 at 9 a.m.
British Columbia, wildfire situations as of last evening. There were 443 active fires in the province.
Busy place. This is Little Current's most historic watering hole, the Anchor Inn. The bar side is a little quieter. I'm gonna have their whitefish taco. The projector screen I'm passing here is an indication that there's going to be a meeting, and I'm going to be invited. But first, let's talk with bartender Chris about who the local stars are who have property on Manitoulin Island.
And Tom Selleck owned property on Manitoulin Island.
The guy's everywhere. While I won't question Chris's authority on this matter, I've heard that rumor about a dozen times in other places. And what was that presentation I was invited to attend? It was a First Nations Health Day for men, and I learned a lot. I got a swag bag. I've got Active Clean, not sure what that is. I've got some, this is excellent, sunscreen. That's good. They're worried about my health. I should be too. Something for shaving. I can't get enough of this stuff, trust me. Condoms. I don't know, and a lot of good advice about not drinking too many sugary drinks, don't eat too much red meat, get some exercise, don't bottle up all of your stress, talk to someone, and don't think that you are invincible if you're a guy, thinking that every time you get a cut you just put a little bit of duct tape on it. All right, hey, and who doesn't like a swag bag? Little Current is important to me because it has a bike shop. I got some great biking intel here and a nice shirt. The bike ride up McLean's Mountain to the Cup and Saucer Trail is about 500 feet elevation gain. Looking out to the northeast here. And I felt every foot. Oh, this is fabulous. Redundancy has its place. Awesome. Terrific. Fabulous. Very nice. If not original, at least I was trying to be thorough. Oh, this is where I just climbed the hill. Oh, nice little loop. Mini cans of Canada Dry. That's what I need on the boat. This place has everything. It really does. It has everything I need, and this town has a shopper's dock, so I can tie up the boat for the day, and then I can hike up here and fill up tomorrow. Today I'm just going to grab some lemonade. You're smart, so you have undoubtedly picked up that Little Current is a Canadian crossroads where we can pick up supplies and tourists can hop on some sort of an excursion vessel if they want to see the beautiful islands surrounded by lovely water and interesting rocky crags. That was our quick trip to Little Current. There's more to do than I showed, and this is their swing bridge. It is for traffic and it controls everything in the town. My boaters in arms nemesis over there on a Catalina 380. It's a beauty up here in Lansdowne Sound. I love beautiful beaches, but give me some rocks and trees and a trail to hike or bike, and man, I'm at the destination of choice. And of course, a little bit of wind makes everything a little better. Nemesis and I are heading to the same anchorage. And so I decided I would just open up my Genoa and ghost along with them since they're doing that. I don't want to get to the anchorage before them. So I'll just ghost along, let them get ahead of me, and I'll anchor near them in their beautiful Catalina 380. What's better than a little bit of wind? A lot of wind. And it picked up, which it does in Lansdowne, so it made me happy. Throughout the North Channel, wide expanses of water narrow down to these great channels and sounds, and covered portage is one of the best. There are 3 primary areas to anchor there. Some are shallow and more protected, and then there are medium anchorages, and then I arrived late. So I was in the least desirable, most vulnerable area to anchor, but the wind was with me, so I was okay. just have to commit at times. Whoa, well, I feel a little tippier than normal today. Not exactly sure why. All right, there we go. And that's a good spot. I get enough wind to keep the flies away. They've not been terrible. Only really mildly annoying, if you wonder about that. Flies have been all right. It's narrow. These points of land jut out into the water under the surface more than may seem apparent on the surface, of course. The people using this landing seem to know something that I don't. As a newcomer, I imagine this is the most convenient place to tie up a boat. Looks like there's some experienced boaters out here. Folks with their jet skis and a dink and a whaler pulled right up. Fine craft there. Yes, that landing spot was the base of a trail. When hiking in terrain like this, reminding yourself frequently that you are on uneven ground and the rocks will move will help you to avoid injury. Let's hope that's the case for me. Not exactly a marked trail here, but not too difficult to figure out the logic. Just go up, and then to find my way back, go down. Wow. Wow. What a place. My goodness, if you care more about what is above the surface than what is below the surface, you want to come to the North Channel, Killarney, and some other nice places I'm going to show you. Holy smoke. Watch your step, folks. Watch your step. I had an epiphany. I have discovered what matters to me is what is above the water's surface, and that's the difference. If you want to go to the Bahamas for what's below the surface, great, you can't beat it. It's wonderful. I loved the Bahamas, but I also love everything that comes with Canada. The people, the places, the waterways, and the variety of activities. Yes, in the North Channel, you will see other boaters because it is accessible, but it's also got enough danger to be an adventure. It's a tricky little meandering entrance over there. This is all within Killarney Provincial Park, so covered Portage, Killarney, and the town of Killarney, they're all a bit synonymous, and they're all places you will hit while in the area. A little bit of standing water back here, but really no bugs, no mosquitoes that have been bugging me, and while there were a few flies on the boat, really none out here biting me. I did put on some bug juice, but it's really not been an issue. I'm happy about that. A little bit of activity out here, but that's about it. Since we are now anchoring in places much farther away from towns, I decided we were going to need another way to get there. Cool, huh? There goes my boat. That's why we have two lines. I started out putting the registration numbers on the dink by using Flex Seal paint at the suggestion of a nice person in the hardware store's paint section. Never do that because this stuff never dries. So I had to get that off with acetone. And acetone, really is great at cutting glue and adhesives, which is not exactly what you want to put on a boat that's held together with glues and adhesives. So, yeah, I got that off and used the permanent marker, and I'll touch that up, and that's what I suggest for you. I also have spots on the side of my boat from the dink touching it, rubbing up against it, and paint coming off in the sun. This stuff just wouldn't dry. For years I've been lugging around this mini lift that came with the boat, and now I've got a purpose for it. This apparatus is a bit cobbled together, but this harness is too tight. And so the bungee cord on it gives me some flexibility to get in this hook. The problem is getting it unhooked. Where to store a gas tank or a can of gasoline is always an issue on a boat. Fumes, sparks, explosions, bad combinations. But this boat has these little transom lazarettes for diving equipment and my gas can. It's perfect. I've got a little one for a reserve and refills, and then the big one. Not very clean looking in there, but I've been to sea for a while. And this smooth ride will continue right into our next video, which will be the last video in this series on the North Channel. We have a new adventure ahead, and I'll be sharing all the details about that with you in our next video. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'll see you again just as soon as I can. Sorry for the delay. Life got in the way. See you soon.